Okay, so now we need to look into the Sentry part. Okay, we'll try to, because the thing is HDFS nobody is going directly, mostly like developers will access Hive, and Hive is actually pointing to HDFS ultimately. Okay, so to install Sentry, what we do is, okay, we need to add the Sentry service first. Okay, so on home status tab, okay, on status we are there only, so click on to the right of the cluster name and select add a service. So here you will find add service. Okay, click on it, and then we have Sentry here. Okay, Sentry service store authorization policy metadata and provides client concurrent and secure access to the metadata. Okay, so do continue on it. Okay, and the host would be the same CDHM2. Gateway also, let's install gateway on everyone. Okay, provide the MySQL credential for Sentry. Okay, so we need to provide, we already had created Sentry. Okay, so use custom database, and our port is 3306 for MySQL, right? 3306. Instead of PostgreSQL, select MySQL, Sentry, and the password is also same. Show password and test this connection if the database and username password has already been set up or not. So connection is successful, it means it has already been created. We do continue. So it will deploy, create, and start the Sentry. Everything will be done. Okay, so it will take some time. So
Yeah,
it is,
thanks, Vimal.
yes, okay, so it is finished, the start Sentry. Now do continue, finish. So we should have Sentry available over here now. Okay, so Sentry is up and running, though it is not yet configured, so we need to install, put this as a plugin on whatever you want to control with it. So we are finished. We have finished this installation of Sentry prerequisite. Now create a, make sure the password on the local system is same as with ID, Kinit, HDFS. Give the password and opt-in legitimate purpose digit. Hadoop FS -77. Okay, so these are actually the prerequisite. So create a user on Vimant ID HDFS, right? So currently set the password as gravity. So switch user active is make sure that the password on the local system is same with as AD. Okay. So because we require a Kinit, so what we need to do is basically we need to set up a a directory on the HDFS, and that is the directory which should be used by Sentry to create another further subdirectories into it. Okay, so that is the, you can say, parent directory under which everything will be done. Okay, so generally it is happening. So whenever you create any table in Hive production, most of the times you will use the table to be user Hive warehouse directory is the parent directory, under which, depending on which tables you are creating, that table subdirectory will be created, and all the files under that directory will be putting into that. Okay, so we require at least one directory of which this Hive should be the owner. Okay, and then under this only we will manage the all permissions and everything. Outside of this, Sentry will not have any authorization problems. Outside of this, if you want to still use, you can use. Okay, so then disable impersonation of for Hive server 2 in Cloudera. Okay, admin impersonation in Hive server 2 allows users to execute queries and access impersonation for Hive server 2 in Cloudera manager admin console. So we need to set it up. Impersonation means like we are trying to pretend that we are this user, okay, and try to run the command on behalf of him, okay. So that needs to be off. So create a user in Mimant ID. So HDFS set the password as gravity1. So let me create it. So I'm putting gravity into it. So this user is created. And switch user HDFS, it will ask the password. Pass WD. I'm just changing the password of this user. Sudo PASSWD HDFS. Change the password. I'm just pasting gravity1. Okay, now if we do switch user HDFS and put that password, you should be able to log in with it. Okay, so we are with CDH HDFS user. So what you do is switch user knet. Now we need to obtain the Kerberos ticket for it. Why? Because he's the only guy who will do all these changes. Okay, so knet, it will require password, so I'm just putting gravity1. Okay, what it says that it's pre-authorization failure. Okay, sorry, I need a good password for it. Now if you do klist, so you have got the TGT for this user.
This gravity1 password worked?
Yes, because we have created it, like, so we do have the gravity password for this user. Same password we set it on the things. There might be other way also. I mean, you don't need to use this way, because if you have the HDFS TGT, HDFS key tab file, if you know already, you can also generate. So you need not to create this user separately. This is actually the bad way. Okay, why we should create the super users over here? Okay, that should not be done. If you have HDFS TGT, HDFS key tab, then you can also use that in order to generate. So let me just show you that how we can do that. Okay, so key destroy. So there is no k list as of now. Sorry, there is no k list. Now we need to search the key tab actually, where it should be. So there must be, because we also need to know in Cloudera where the key tabs are stored. Okay, so this is basically the folder where you have now. So basically, let me come out of it, exit. So I'm back with Mimant and CDH M2. Okay, so clear. I will go into here. If you do LL, so permission denied. Okay, so now this is again one more thing. How the permission is denied for the Mimant user. Why? Because the owner of this particular directory, whatever inside or this directory, is root only. So for that, what you need to do, sudo -i, and do the same thing. You will be now logged in. Okay, so sudo -i. If you do that, all the command that you will run automatically with the sudo root user only. Okay, now if you do LL, basically you'll find multiple guys over here. Just try to find out for name node or some data node also. So basically here 555 HDFS name node. This is one directory, right? Go into it. LL. So here you will find HDFS key tab. Okay, so this is the key tab. If you do pwd, so you need to remember this path, or you need to just copy it somewhere. So let me copy it here, and the name of key tab is this one. Okay, so this is the key tab through which also we can now I'm exiting out of it. I know my path. What you need to do is key init minus kt. Minus kt means minus k minus t. K means we are using key tab file to generate the you just do help on it and you will find. So K means we are using key tab file to generate the TGT, and we are also providing the file name in which the key tab is stored. Okay, so file name of the key tab to use minus k use key tab. Okay, so minus k and t. So k init minus k minus t, and this is the file name that we are using. Okay, and then we need to also provide the the user key tab. Currently it is not there because it is all one. So we need to provide HDFS like this, that who should be the user for obtaining the key tab, HDFS. You need to provide sudo might be, and you will get the k list. Sorry, I mean with the key tab also you should be able to generate this TGT. Now this user would be able to use the HDFS file system. So both the ways are there, but again
Can you ping this command? Like, we'll save it.
no, it is in the document of Sentry basically. Okay, this is the way. Okay, so I will share this document with you. So what we are doing here is init HDFS give the password and obtain the legitimate verbose TGT. Okay, so let me go with the document only, otherwise maybe I'm not sure what. Okay, so key destroy, I'm just destroying this key. Switch user to HDFS. Gravity 1, this is the password, and k init. Sorry. Key list. So we have got the TGT. Now what we need to do is we need to give the password and obtain the TGT. We have done this. Now Hadoop FS minus change mode R user high warehouse. First check if this directory is there or not. Okay, it should be there. Hadoop FS minus ls. So it is there. So make the permission change to this. And since we have valid HDFS TGT, we can do all this operation. So just verify also if for this warehouse directory things are set up. We should have 771 and high 5 is the user and group owner. So yes, we are having 771. Now on disable impersonation for high server 2 in the Cloudera Manager admin console impersonation, but where it needs to be done is on the Sentry side. happens. It's trying to find impersonation. So it's not here. It should be in high server. 1 second. So here high server to enable impersonation. So I just disable. We need to just make it disable. Currently it was enabled. Okay, then go to the high service, click on the configuration tab, select high server 2, click category, uncheck the impersonation checkbox, click save changes to commit the changes. Redeploy the configuration and restart this tail services. Do not choose rolling restart. Okay. So let's do that. Let me save it. And one more thing is, like, we need to put the plugin into Hive. So search Sentry. We need to do this because again we need to restart then as well. So there is something called Sentry. Currently just select this Sentry. Okay, Hive server side. So enable the Sentry authorization for Hive. Go to Hive configuration, search Sentry, Sentry service Hive, service wide Sentry check, save changes and deploy the configuration of this tail services. Okay. So on HDFS also we can do the same. Okay, but for Hive purpose, this is the thing. So we have disabled the Hive server to impersonation and enable Sentry in that. Okay, so let me save it again. Okay, so we may need to do some changes on yarn side also. Okay, we can block the CLI user for accessing the Hive meta store. Okay, this is also one of the required thing. So okay, so we have done the changes. We can restart it now. So okay, so this is also the Hive configuration also. So before restarting, let's make these changes as well. Okay, so we need to put this in at one place so that all the Hive configuration done at once, and setting the parameter blocks. So the Hive meta store for user running the Hive CLI if they are not part of Hive. Setting this parameter blocks access to Hive meta store for the users running the Hive CLI if they are not the part of the Hive. Okay. So basically what happens is by this particular property block the Hive CLI user, and this is good that this can be done through the Hive Cloudera manager only. In the Hortonworks facility, this facility is not allowed. So there are more of the clients, most of the clients, they will ask that since the Hive itself, Hive command line interface is not the secured way of accessing the Hive infrastructure, most of them want to have the blockage on it. I mean, nobody should use the Hive CLI directly from the command line. Okay, even if they try to do it, either they should get some kind of message that this is blocked and you cannot access it, or some other ways also. So this is one of the ways where it is actually does not give the access to the Hive meta store itself. Okay, so if that user is not legitimate, or if user is not the part of group to whom the permission is given or not. Okay, so we need to do this. So go to Cloudera manager again. We need to come on to the Hive and search for Hive meta store access control. Okay, so Hive meta store access control. So it is this. So what we need to do is, and proxy user groups override to locate. So in the search, well, on the right in the search, right half the corner page, search for Hive. Enter Hive into the text box and click the plus sign again. Enter Hue into search. So basically, Hive and Hue are the only users who will have the access to the meta store. Otherwise, rest other users will never have. So Hive and Hue, that we need to put in here. So you can also further go through the things. This configuration overrides the value for set Hive proxy group users configuration in HDFS service for use by only Metastore server. Specify a comma delimited list of groups that you want to allow access to Hive Metastore metadata and allows the Hive user to impersonate. Okay, so only these two users are now will be having the access to the Metastore. Rest other users, if they are normal users or part of other groups, basically they will never access the Hive command line CLI. So let me save it now. So our Hive configurations are done now. So if any users you want to use this Metastore service, it needs to be part of either Hive or Hive. So we enable this Sentry authorization for this. Now just restart this. Okay. So it will be restarted. So the restart of Hive service is done. So the Sentry related changes we have done in the Hive. Now what we do is we require, if you are using Yarn, yes, we are using Yarn for doing the job submission. Enable the Hive user to submit Yarn jobs. Currently it may not be there. So open the Cloudera Manager console and go to the Yarn service, click configuration tab. So open the Cloudera Manager console, go to the Yarn, where is our Yarn? So Yarn and MapReduce, and go to the configuration. Here select the node manager role. Okay, so go to instances, maybe leave it, go to configurations. Scope is node manager, and then select category security. Security is the category. Okay, here we allowed system users node manager default. So just we need to verify, I think. Click save changes. Ensure the allowed system user property includes the Hive user. So allowed system user properties Hive. So Hive also can use the submission on the MapReduce job over Yarn. Okay, so that is already there. Repeat step on basis for every node manager role group for Yarn service that is associated with Hive or Yarn service. Okay. So basically, if the Hive would not have been there, then there would have been a requirement of adding Hive in it, right? But Hive, Impala, and HBase, they're all like there already. So just close this. We're not doing the things. Now we need to configure HDFS also for Sentry authorization. To go to HDFS, just go on configuration, select Sentry for it. And what it says, enable Sentry synchronization. Okay, so this is the property, enable automatic synchronization of HDFS ACLs. Okay, so once you do that, we should not go backend from the backend and do the HDFS ACLs on manually. Okay, let Sentry handles everything that comes from the front end using Hive or roles and all the things that we do through Sentry. Let's allow it to just do the ACLs on HDFS level. Don't do the things. In one of my project, basically there was one issue where one of my colleague was saying that okay, he was running some query. HDFS control access must be enabled and HDFS Sentry is enabled. HDFS access control list must be enabled. HDFS access control list. Just search this.
Yeah, that ACL might not be enabled here.
Yeah. Is it there? So this is the property that we need to search for. DFS name node ACLs enabled and is equal to check. So we need to make it on. Enable Sentry circle, we have done that. HDFS access list must be enabled. So that is all done. So HDFS is also done now. Let me save this. So what I was saying is basically he has done something from the backend. He'd never know that the Ranger is managing the ACL on the HDFS also, because he was doing something on Hive, and to provide some kind of access to that directory, he has gone from the backend and did something. And it was like kind of misleading results that he has started getting. He told me about that, and then I figured it out. Basically, okay, since Ranger is enabled, we should not do anything from the backend on the directory level ACLs, just to provide the permission to some group or some users manually. Okay, it would be very dangerous. So I'm just saying save, and then again we need to restart. That will take some time. Okay, so the HDFS Sentry plugin is configured, and HDFS is also start, right? So now in the next session, what we will do is basically we will we already have set up the Hue to access the Active Directory users. From there, from the backend, we will actually create some roles, okay, and that role we will assign some permission and grant some permissions or to that role for some of the databases, and then assign that role to some of the groups or users, and then we will try to log in with that user through Hue and try to do something with that database. Okay, first we will cross check also what we are able to do and what we are not able to do. Okay, so that will actually give you that how the Sentry will provide you the authorization service on the top of Hive. Okay.